guys, this is Beth for Bethymorphiscene's Advanced Tap channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to go about practicing for your Advanced 1 Tap exam when it comes to your free time steps. So obviously unseen work is difficult to practice, seeing as you don't know exactly what you're going to be getting on the day, but I'm going to be sharing with you my experiences in the lead up to my Advanced 1 exam, which will hopefully then help you in preparation for yours. So firstly, I'd suggest going over all of the time steps you already know, so that if you're asked by the exam to do a triple time step turning, or a half break turning, or the break of the Advanced 1 roll time step exercise, you won't just be left there standing dumbfounded not knowing what any of those words mean. So half of the point of unseen work is to test your vocabulary, as well as to test how quickly you respond to instructions and how quickly you learn materials, so that if you go over the names of these things and make sure that you practice them, then you'll be able to respond automatically to them when your examiner asks for those steps. So yeah, test yourself. Sit and write all of the time step related things that you know, and if there's anything that, you know, if you do it with your friend or if you do it with your whole tap class, don't know how things are, but if you do it with the whole class, that'd be really great, because then you can compare lists with people and go, oh crap, I forgot the quadruple time step, you know, or I forgot the open break, things like that. So you add them to your list and you go over them. So, but if you don't have that resource of checking somebody else's, you can check out my list below, and I've got a quick list of different combinations of time steps that you might come across in the exam. So on top of all that, your examiner will also be using the free time steps to test your rhythm. For example, in my exam, the examiner set a time step, had us perform it, and then changed the elements of the timing. So in one section we had like a bracket of 6 or 7 counts that we had to wait, and then we had to continue with our time step on and 5 and 6 and a 7. But then she decided that no, it's going to be and 6 and 7 and 8 instead, so we had to wait that count later to then go on with it, and that changed the entire setup of the time step. It changed the entire feel of it, the sound quality, everything about it. So that might come into play for you, and it's a good thing to practice doing. So go, okay, instead of starting on 1, I'm going to start on 2, and see how that changes up your time step. And it is a good thing to get yourself into the habit of doing, because when I got into my exam, a couple of girls really struggled because they're not counters. So, you know, they're like, okay, have I been waiting long enough? And they'd be looking around, and it's like, you know, you get your Advanced 1, you shouldn't be looking to the person next to you. You know, that's a little kid thing that you know, might have been able to get away with in your earlier exams, but that would just reflect that you've got, you know, a lower range of understanding. So you don't want, you know, to be caught off guard when you're actually a good counter just because of that. So my examiner in particular was a fan of turning, so she got us to do one time step that it was all about the triple shuffle time step, but then halfway through she went, actually no, I want you to turn one of those. So she was really particular about turning things. So that's another thing that you can do if you're practicing different time steps. See, can I turn that one? And a lot of the time the answer will be yes, because a lot of steps come back on yourself, so of course you'll be able to take it back on yourself as you turn, or you step onto something which can also be turned. So yeah, she set a whole time step straight and then wanted us to turn half of it. So that really tests your ability to reconfigure a step, to just dissect it and then recreate it in a different way. So that really tests that you understand what makes up the particular step you're doing. So, you know, your shuffle triple time step, you have to know the elements of it to be able to turn it, to know when to turn it, you know, things like that. So that's really testing that. So my main piece of advice that I can give is constantly challenging yourself. You know, push yourself to make a time step that has as many different elements in it as possible, because remember, a time step isn't just repeat this step 3 times and then put a break in. It can be, you know, you know, you're repeating the same rhythm 3 times, but different steps make it up every time. So, I'm saying time a lot, time. So, yeah, you really have to keep that in mind, you know, make yourself try and do a time step in 7/4 or 3/4 timing, because, you know, the harder that you make it on yourself, the easier and the less daunting it'll seem when your examiner ends up giving you that work on the day of your exam. So if you're still a little bit stuck and you want some visual examples of some time steps that I've had to do or I've had to create, you can check out my ISTD Advanced 1 time step video. That might give you a bit of extra help. So, but I hope this advice helps you Advanced 1 tappers, and yeah, good luck on your exam.